Hi everybody, how are you today? Before we start our study, let me introduce myself. My name is VERONIKA FANNY ILESTARI ZAI, NPM 2209411, Mathematics Education Study Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Saint Thomas Catholic University, Medan. I made this learning video to fulfill an assignment for an English course taught by Mrs. Frida Simoranke. Well, that's what our lesson today is about: geometry. What is geometry? Geometry meaning. Geometry is used to model the world around us. A view of the roof of house revolves triangles, trapezia, and rectangle, while tilling pattern in pavement and bedroom as hexagon, pentagons, triangle, and squares. Builder, tiller, architect, graphics designer, and web designer routinely use geometry ideas in the world. Classifying sex, geometry, objects, and studying their property are very important. Geometry also has many applications in art. Just as arithmetic has number as its basic object of study, so points, lines, and circles are the basic of geometry. Geometry is a science in the mathematical system which study lines, space, and volume, which are abstract and related to each other. Having lines and points so that they become symbols such as squares, triangles, and circles. Types of geometry. There are several types of geometry as follows. 1. Flat plane geometry, namely studying lines, curves, angles, and polygons in a plane. 2. Geometry shapes, namely studying cones, cylindrical balls, and polyhedra curves in three-dimensional space. 3. Differentiation geometry, namely the application of calculus in geometry to study the local proportion of curves. 4. Descriptive geometry is a mathematical technique used to describe the geometry relationship of three-dimensional surface on a plane surface. 5. Analytical geometry, namely the application of algebraic methods to geometry where lines and curves are expressed in algebraic equations. There is one type of geometry, namely flat plane geometry. Flat geometry is the term for various kinds of two-dimensional buildings. Point: a location without dimensions. In flat geometry, a point is represented by a dot or symbol. Line: a series of points that are infinitely long. Line have length but no width or thickness. Angle: the separation between two lines that meet at a point. Angles are measured in degrees. In geometry, there are several types of angles that have space proportion. Here are some commonly known types of angle. 1. Right angle. Angle measured 90 degrees. 2. Acute angle. Angle measured less than 19 degrees. An acute angle has a smaller angle than a right angle. An acute angle is right as alpha more than 0 degrees, alpha less than 19 degrees. 3. Obtuse angles are right as alpha more than 90 degrees, alpha less than 180 degrees, and alpha more than 180 degrees, alpha less than 360 degrees. 4. Strain angle. Angle measure 118 degrees. If two straight lines meet, the resulting angle is called a straight angle. And understanding of the different types of angle is important in geometry because it helps in analyzing the relationship between line and planes, as well and in proving the theorem and other geometry properties. That our children's lesson hopefully is useful for all of us. I am Fanny Zai. I hope we meet in the next material.